Hi! Welcome to Rooftop Trombone in the Age of COVID-19, season number 3, day number 50. Day number 50. Remember Cool Hand Luke? I can eat 50 eggs. Anyway, day number 50. That's 7 weeks and a day. And we're right here. My name is Don Bowyer. I'm the Dean of the School of Arts at Sunway University, right over that away. And we are in the metropolitan region of Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. More accurately, we are in Sunway City, or Bandar Sunway as it used to be known. Sunway City, which includes a whole lot of Sunway, this and that, and is part of Subang Jaya, which I think is part of Petaling Jaya, which is definitely in the district of Petaling and in the state of Selangor, which surrounds Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, anyway. It's more than you wanted to know, isn't it? I'm sorry. I sometimes find tangents. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. As you probably know, I've been playing on my rooftop or my balcony every night during our 3 lockdowns. This is our 3rd lockdown, at least the way I count it. And it ends tomorrow night. I'm going to play tonight and tomorrow night, and our lockdown changes on Friday to right now we call it a movement control order. Friday it becomes a conditional movement control order, and during that CMCO, I can get my nails done, my pedicure. I can go to a zoo. I can travel all across the state of Selangor, but not outside the state. But anyway, a lot of things are opening up. As I've mentioned a few times, been back in the university this week and students are there also, but only a small number of students because they're only there for practical-based classes, of which, of course, we have in the School of Arts, some of. In fact, if things don't change between now and tomorrow morning, I'm going to see a couple of students actually play their instruments tomorrow. Music students. That's kind of cool. That'll be the first time in a while, unless they cancel on me. But, you know, things happen during this movement control order. Anyway, as you know, I come out here every evening at 7 p.m. local time. It's now 7:03 because I've been yammering on. I come out here and I play a tune. Lately it's been jazz standards. Tonight I'm going to play a jazz tune for you also. It's not technically a standard. I mean, it is among jazz musicians, but probably not as well known among others. But I hope you enjoy it. But I have a story to tell first. I grew up as the son of a preacher man, if you will. My father was a pastor, a minister, a clergy member, man of the cloth in the Methodist Church in West Virginia, in my early years in rural West Virginia, some very small towns you've never heard of called Rupert and Mannington. Anyway, and the reason I tell this story is because in my early formative years, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, I went to a lot of church services. Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Wednesday evening, sit in the front row, behave, listen. Well, you know, if you're 5, 6, 7, 8, you learn how to look like you're listening. Anyway, and thinking back on it, and this tune that I'm going to do, this is a tune that was made famous by Clark Terry. If you know Clark Terry, you may already know what I'm going to do. But anyway, it's thinking back on it, this is sort of the way my father was a terrific preacher, by the way. I'm not making fun of him. But as a child, this is what I heard when he was preaching. You'll get the idea from that. Because at that age, you sit there, but you don't really hear the words. You're not paying attention. So anyway, Clark Terry, by the way, wonderful jazz trumpet player from Arkansas originally, where I spent a few years of my life. Clark Terry was a trumpet player and sang some. And was one of those rare genius musicians who was a regular with the Duke Ellington Orchestra and with the Count Basie Orchestra, or Count Basie Big Band, at different times. But toured with both groups, went back and forth for a while between those groups, and was just an outstanding musician and spent a lot of time on his own. Look up Clark Terry if you don't know him. I'm sure there's a ton on YouTube. including this tune, which is called Mumbles. And the way Clark introduced it, he talked about that Southern preacher at a revival who would get all worked up, but you couldn't really understand him. And if I had Clark Terry's talents, I would do the same thing. But I'm going to do it as my dad preaching while I'm a child and not really listening. So here it is, for your listening pleasure, Mumbles. I hope you like this. It's a blues. Over Sabaham for the Hansita Pani. As if we had to take a hundred, as because you can't even diva, and if you have as a buyer, but the paid up for the shoe, but I can't do any harm. Have sitting that I hope it I do, no, they didn't do that, the guy should get by. But the hand of the who that see the Vadi, but the who that do ya there, but the heart of a who that had not, but didn't die. But who didn't that who has to see that I didn't do that and do that. I didn't do that, that I had that and die. Who didn't do that, has do that and do that and do. But do that, has do that, do that. That's my version of Mumbles. Thanks, Dad. Thank you very much. He didn't really sound like that. I'm sure he didn't. But, you know, that's the way I remember it. I was 6, 7, whatever. Anyway, thanks so much for being here. I really hope you'll come back tomorrow night and join me again for what I hope is the last night of Rooftop Trombone, barring a surprise return later on. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. For the last, we started March 18th, and we took some time off here and there, but we've had 3 lockdowns since March 18th, and now it's March the 3rd. Wow. Almost a year with what it must be like 220 some performances, if you can call it a performance. You can't really. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to go eat something. I'm hungry. Talk to you later. Bye-bye, and God bless you.